Hey everyone, it's Vivi and let's talk about Crash Nitro-Fueled. We got 2 live streams on May 16th. It was first announced by the official account on Twitter. We got a channel called Retro Replay, which featured Nolan North, the voice of Engine from Crash Tag Team Racing, Mind Over Mutants, and Titans. The second one would be a channel on Twitch called UberHaxorNova. I will leave both links to the gameplays in the description below. Now we're talking about 2 hours of footage if we combine both live streams. No, I won't be dissecting 2 hours of footage, okay? Rather, I want to bring up as many cool things we can notice, from new footage to actual Easter eggs. Now when it comes to the racetracks they played, we got Coco Park, footage combined, Crash Cove, Sewer Speedway, Roost Tubes, Papu Pyramids, Out of Time, Cortex Castle, and Inferno Island. Let's first start going over these racetracks. Not all of them, but a few, alright? There's 5 I want to go over. 6, actually. By the way, quick note, this build from these live streams is the newest one from what we can gather, and you'll understand why. Coco Park. I wanted to bring this one up. Nothing much to say really, but I really wanted to talk about the tunnel. It's beautiful. Look at that. What Beanox is doing, it's fantastic. Also, Uka Uka, they gave him his stripe on the forehead. It was missing in February's build and basically all the gameplays we got prior to these live streams. So with that, his forehead, the line, already tells us this is an updated build. Crash Cove. They updated the track by adding Crash's head in 2 areas, which also equals to an updated build. Roost Tubes. There's the addition of a door right before the race starts. This door doesn't open and close all the time, it only opens right at the beginning. This is something else we also notice in another track later on. Notice the skins as well. I'm not gonna analyze all of the skins. There's a lot, guys, okay? These 2 guys who are playing, they were actually taking their time selecting skins and players and carts and everything. They spent a lot of time customizing. There's a new HUD when it comes to slide boosting, or drifting, if you want to call it that. Originally, we only had 2 HUDs. By the way, we've seen this new HUD, if you're wondering, during PAX gameplay. I still thought of bringing it up. Long story short, any areas that looked plain in the original, they added so much beautiful detail to it. We had a brief scene with Dingodile, looking at Roost Tubes. Going back to the customization trailer, this scene, I thought it'd be Android Alley, the tunnels, a track from CNK, but it seems that area from that trailer was from Roost Tubes. Ah, the Warp Orb. Notice the arrows for the incoming Warp Orb on Engine. They switched it to blue just like the original. And again, blue arrows equals to an updated build. Next, Out of Time. Now one thing's for certain, this is Out of Time. Well, obviously, dude. Yes, bear with me here. Going back to this teaser on Twitter, some thought it'd be Phenomena, a hub world from CNK, due to what seems to look like a warp gate. The purple hue you see right there? But no, we can now enter within the clock. That purple pinkish hue we had was just a thorn sticking out. And I believe this area was the anti-gravity section from CNK. I'm loving the floating shards they added, as if time stopped in this area. So cool. Again, about the Warp Orb, it really hits everyone. This is something prior gameplays lacked? Well, it was an issue. Now look, I understand when you got 10 Wumpas on you, it hits everyone in its path. But originally, remember, players would be in its path. You not having 10 Wumpas would still hit those players. Looking at it now, it's adjusted. The guy on the right is playing as Big Norm in a golf player skin. It looks to be. And he got this by randomizing. There is the option to randomize. Big Norm and Small Norm were already confirmed, by the way, in Activision's blog post part 2, which was posted a couple of days ago. Let's move on to the next one, Cortex Castle. This is also a track we haven't seen before. It is beautiful. All tracks we've seen so far look beautiful. Beanox is doing a fantastic job. I've probably said that 100 times, but I have to say it. Lab assistants everywhere. One hanging on the CTR sign right at the beginning, getting shocked. There's another one in a cage. Again, we have a door at the start. Well, technically it's a gate. This is what I was talking about before. This is a lovely addition. Easter eggs. Okay, Twinsanity. Coco Cortex. This is fabulous. This is great. Whoever thought this was a great idea deserves a medal. Someone tweeted this if I remember correctly on Twitter, I simply take it that Beanox saw that reply. This is hilarious. Whoever did this, thank you. We have Nina Cortex on one flag. That's her, alright. It's a bit hard to see, but it's her. But as for her model, is it her Twinsanity model or another game? I'm gonna stick to Twinsanity's model. I don't know, the eyes especially. To me, it looks like Twinsanity. And Bryo also on another flag. Now look, I'm probably gonna get this in the comments. Okay, if we have these characters on flags, that means we'll get to see them playable eventually. I'm not too sure about that. Even if Nina and Bryo are within Cortex Castle on flags, they could just be mere Easter eggs. I could be wrong. But really, I'd love to have one thing. Coco Cortex as his skin. That'd be hilarious. And some of you might say, why does Cortex even have a picture of him in a blonde wig? I mean, the same thing could be said with Coco Park. Why is there a statue of Coco? Or if you want to think even deeper, how do these characters have racetracks themed around them? I mean, if you're asking this question about the blonde wig, then you could ask questions about other tracks, right? But Cortex, remember, said it's true, blondes do have more fun. Uka's forehead in one of the displays in Cortex Castle, the line is missing still. What is this? They always forget the line on his forehead. Why is that? 6 Inferno Island, don't worry, I'm not gonna ramble. Biggest difference is from the old, well, it's nighttime one, I guess to make it different than Crash Cove because they look too similar if this one was also daytime, let's say. And the waterfalls have been turned to lava. Well, the ones from the beginning. There still is lava in the tunnels. Battle modes, let's move on to that. Yes, we get a look at battle. To refresh your memory, battle modes and arenas from CNK were already confirmed from the press release of Activision. Journal de Québec interview back in April also confirmed all tracks would be in Nitro-Fueled. All Nitro Kart battle arenas, you find them under Crash Nitro Kart. I'm actually surprised they would categorize them, because since this is like a mixture of everything, I thought they would just put them all in one category. Okay, we got a total of 5 battle modes. 2 from CTR and 3 from CNK. Basically all of the battle modes from both games are combined in one. Let me bring up an old screenshot from an older analysis video of mine. If you notice, color matching means the same. Limit battle is basically time limit and point limit from the original CTR, merged into one. Last kart driving is the same as life limit from the original CTR. As for the new challenges, well, we got Crystal Grab, capture the flag, and steal the bacon. In the North Bowl, the igloo has been switched to a big cabin. Look, battle arenas in Nitro-Fueled, some of them have major differences, like we have parking lot as well, which looks very, very different than the original, and it's beautiful. And if you notice right here, we get our first look at entrance. Looking at this area, Terradrome, Krunk's statue from the original CNK has been replaced by Tiny. Now I'm wondering, why did they do that? Did they go with the idea that Tiny has a temple, you know, the racetrack called Tiny Temple, and the place looks like a temple? They thought of adding Tiny? Do you think that's a good way of explaining it? What do you think? As for other things, let's go. Okay, there is no Velo mask, okay guys? I understand CNK we had Velo masks for the bad guys. I did get this question on Twitter, someone saying, hey Vivi, do you think villains from CNK will get Velo's mask or Uka Uka? I do remember saying Uka Uka, and yeah, we got Uka Uka. Who would have thought? Looking at this screen right now, to check your character stats, you press triangle. Am I wrong? As for Pura's color, okay, he looks yellow here. But looking at Pax's gameplay, he's more orange. People wanted Pura to be more orange, and now he's back to being yellow. So I'm wondering, Pura in battle mode, is he still yellow? Are they still yet to update it? Or did they switch back to yellow? What happened? Ooh, also, here's our first look at the PlayStation sticker you get by pre-ordering Nitro-Fueled on PS4, either nitrous oxide version or regular. All wheels, decals, paint, bodies have names now. Very nice. There is text that appears for the one who's leading in Crystal Grab. And why is this happening? Why? Apart from the obvious. This tells us that battle mode now accepts more than 4 players. Originally, CTR, let's say, didn't have computers for battle mode. Beanox did say battle modes in Nitro-Fueled would support up to 8 players. This was an interview with Journal de Montréal. Battle mode from CTR. Originally it was maximum of 4 players, you know, split screen, playing with your friends, offline, and yeah, looking at this, the way they were playing, I don't notice any online feature for battle mode. It's really only split screen. Also notice how battle mode now has a setting for AI. If I'm not mistaken, original did not have it. But you did have AI difficulty for arcade. So what does AI difficulty tell us right now? That yes, computers are part of battle mode now. When you finish a battle, everyone gets a title depending on their spot. Very cute. And you've probably also noticed that there are some hints during the load screens. This is something that happened with Insane Trilogy. So I was expecting this to happen for Nitro-Fueled. Here's our first look at the selection screen. Adventure mode seems to be absent for now. Or maybe adventure mode is from the previous page? Perhaps with the options adventure and multiplayer? Also, do remember adventure mode will have 2 types. Classic CTR and Nitro-Fueled. Nitro-Fueled will allow you to switch characters and customize your cards. So looking at this page right now, it looks to be expanded, meaning arcade and versus from the original menu. They're all part of single race and cup race. Time trial is time trial, battle is battle. We got 3 new categories. Relic race, originally part of adventure mode, CTR challenge, and crystal challenge. Basically, all side challenges from adventure mode are now part of the selection screen. Perhaps this has to do with Wumpa coins. Wumpa coins are collected by playing adventure and by just playing the game, quote unquote. So, Relic Race, Crystal Challenge, and CTR Challenge could be part of that. Part of ways of collecting Wumpa coins. Now, once we have these Wumpa coins, which were something from C&K by the way, you head on over to the pit stop. It's still unknown how to access it, but many people in the comments have been telling me, hey Vivi, do you remember how you originally saved your game in adventure mode? What if the pit stop, at least for adventure mode, would be in that huge screen? What do you think? Also, by collecting these coins you unlock customization items. That could probably explain how some character skins remained locked when looking at these live streams. Now, okay, we had Crystal Grab before part of battle mode, right? But what's the difference between challenge and grab? In C&K, adventure mode had these crystal arenas, where we simply had to collect crystals in a specific time allocated. In CTR, in adventure mode, you obtained a purple CTR token by collecting 20 crystals in a limited amount of time. Crystal Grab, well, it's simply collecting crystals from players, being hit, losing crystals, collecting the most amount of crystals. So looking at the word challenge, Beanox might go wild and test your skills. Collect a certain number of crystals as fast as possible. You playing alone and collecting crystals. What do you think? I'd like to hear your own thoughts. And as for CTR challenge, I guess it has to do with collecting letters. Again, I'm gonna repeat, Beanox might go wild. Also remember, Oxide Edition, yes, you do get characters from the get-go, but to unlock them in the regular version you have to go through a set of challenges. Those challenges they're talking about, we don't know what they are. So could they be part of these new selections we have in the menu right here? Oh, also, mirror mode is confirmed, guys. There it is. As for the characters, how many were available? You might ask. All these characters you see on screen, they were revealed in Activision's blog post part 2, with their stats. As for Nolan North, he was the voice of Engine as I said previously, right? Unfortunately, he did not reprise his role, judging by the way he spoke.
Wait, you're what?
10 years ago, I was Dr. Engine. I don't know who took my spot, but congratulations.
I think they...
As for the voices we can hear, it's faint, okay? I'm not gonna say, oh, this guy is voicing him again, oh, he's returning, or... You know what? Let's just wait for official reveals. It's hard to tell. Last but not least, recently there was a video that came up by What Culture Gaming, stating that CTR Tracks, Crash Tag Team Racing Tracks, would also be included. Look, I understand skins and cards got confirmed. Some of you might say, oh, obviously CTR Tracks would make it in. One, the tracks in that game, they're very, very different. Yes, they did change up C&K tracks, but they did have the same mechanic of, you know, CTR boosting. But really, looking at this tweet we got with the word unheard in it, that's one already, okay? Next, a day later, I believe, they pin a comment saying, update. After reaching out to our PR reps, we have been told that there are not going to be CTR tracks in the game. Either this was a miscommunication by staff or interpreted wrong. Other sites, individuals, and the event heard the same thing, so we weren't alone. However, there are going to be carts from CTTR in the game, and skins. There was no intention to mislead, and we're just as baffled as you are. So with that being said, guys, this is it for the video. I believe I've said plenty, okay? So let's leave the rest for the comment section. Did I miss anything? I'm sure I missed interesting things, okay? There's a lot. We're talking about 2 hours of footage. There's probably something I missed, okay? Something cool. I want you to share that in the comments section below, alright guys? As usual, thank you so much for the support. I've been Vivi, and thank you for watching. Until next time.